Okay. Can you see my whole body?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's actually kind of far. Maybe you want to bring it closer. Okay, there you go.
Okay. Shanna Van Maurik has been selected to display her works in over 27 group exhibitions, participated in 8 publications and 11 press coverages for her works in popular magazines like Art Maze and Art File. In addition to her previous accomplishments, Shanna has earned a Bachelor's of Arts in Painting and Drawing at OCAD University with a minor in art history. Shanna makes her pieces in Toronto, Canada, but sells her works all around the world. Although I'm not even near a complete expert in this field, I do create art myself and find researching some of the most influential artists to me help with inspiration for my own pieces. So, Shanna Van Maurik is a creative in the visual arts community who produces character-driven, visually stunning, extravagantly colored paintings. Today I will be telling you about Shanna Van Maurik's inspiration, creative process, and meaning behind her works. First, let's talk about Shanna's inspiration. In Shanna's upbringing, she had many people influencing her art. One of her grandfathers was a sign painter. 2 of her aunts were talented painters, and her dad sculpted characters out of clay. She had a great support system of family members aiding her in obtaining art supplies and doing crafts with her mom in her early childhood, which influenced her willingness to make art in the first place. In addition to being surrounded by art in her family, which proved to her that it was something worth pursuing, she was also intent on making characters of her own from her experiences. Shanna is highly inspired by her childhood, youth experiences, and observations of others, so much so that she created a fictional world in her head where all her pieces live. In one interview, Shanna said, "If you don't belong in this world, make your own," which is entirely what she has done by drawing inspiration from her world, where characters are expressing real moments of youth, like yearbook photos, but less staged. Now that we've discussed where Shanna gets her inspiration, let's move to how she creates her works. Shanna draws mostly from experiences to create her pieces, especially from childhood. In one interview, Shanna expressed that she began drawing princesses and Disney movie characters in her early years. She since has moved on to working from hazes of images from her daily life and occasional reference photos to jumpstart her creative process. Her reference photos consist of photos she takes and ones of past memories, but is not limited to online references. However, she is not too intent in portraying likeness, but rather the feeling she wishes the painting to emit. Now that we have talked about what inspires Shanna and how she creates her imaginative works, we can move on to the meaning of her pieces. For Shanna, her works portray a world where everyone is a little bit awkward and heartbroken, but all the while magical and celebrated. She says, Shanna works to convey her imagined environment where her characters are in a perpetual wandering around after school daydream, the place where first-time experiences happen and new friends are made. Shanna is heavily inspired by color, and in one interview she states that colors have a huge impact on her mood, and thus she uses the most beautifully impactful colors in her works to impress the happy mood on her audience. Shanna's works are not consciously satiric, though some viewers may find that to be the meaning of her work, but is rather just to express the lost, constant wandering feel of youth. In conclusion, you now know all about Shanna's artwork and creative process, and that she is a colorful artist. Shanna is known for her creative use of color and youthful, free subjects rather than burdensome topics in her pieces. All in all, Shanna is influencing her viewers one painting at a time by impressing a dreamlike quality in her works. Thank you.